আগুন লাগাচ্ছেন, মনে রাখবেন দিল্লিও থেমে থাকবে না, আপনার চেয়ারটা আমরা টলমল করে দেবো।
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You just heard the sitting Chief Minister of Bengal, who swears by the Samvidhan, warn the Prime Minister of India that Delhi will be burnt just like Bengal burnt today. And the fire will not stop in Bengal. It will go to Assam, UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, the Northeast. And we will shake your chair in Delhi is what she warned. That she will topple the democratically elected government at the center is just the latest dhamki that has come from the Chief Minister of Bengal. Today, unfortunately, Rajniti and political rhetoric is corroding the cry for Nyay for Bharat ki Beti. What really provoked such dhamkis? Let's tell you. Today, the BJP called for a Bengal Bandh over the gruesome rape and murder of a 31-year-old trainee doctor at the RG Kar Medical College. As Akrosh took over, anarchy reigned in Bengal in Kolkata. Watch these visuals of bullets whizzing past a BJP leader in Bhatpara. He ducked in time, narrowly missing the bullet, which then hit his driver. The BJP has alleged that Trinamool Congress cadres rained bullets on BJP leaders. Not just bullets, today we even saw arson on the streets of Bengal as well. Tires were burnt on the streets of West Mednipur, while BJP and Trinamool cadres clashed violently across the state. As anarchy reigned the streets, the common man suffered, and watch these visuals of protesters lying down on railway tracks. Kolkata metro station was also shut down. In fact, bus drivers were seen wearing helmets to help themselves and keep themselves safe as they plied passengers. While Bengal burned, watch how the Chief Minister blamed Prime Minister Modi and vowed that she will not spare UP, Bihar, Assam, Northeast or even Delhi.
মোদি বাবু, আপনার পার্টিকে দিয়ে আগুন লাগাচ্ছেন, মনে রাখবেন বাংলায় যদি আগুন লাগান, আসামও থেমে থাকবে না, নর্থ ইস্টও থেমে থাকবে না, উত্তরপ্রদেশও থেমে থাকবে না, বিহারও থেমে থাকবে না, ঝাড়খণ্ডও থেমে থাকবে না, উড়িষ্যাও থেমে থাকবে না, আর দিল্লিও থেমে থাকবে না, আপনার চেয়ারটা আমরা টলমল করে দেবো।
After this, the Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma tweeted saying, "How dare you threaten Assam? Don't show us your lal aankh. Don't try to set India on fire with your politics. After all, she is the Chief Minister. Instead of giving dhamki of jala denge, here's what she could have done to ensure Nyay for Betis. Ensure more special fast-track courts for crimes against women, closely monitor and ensure that fast-track courts are functional, reduce time taken to file charge sheets, all. Whether it is the BJP at the center or Bengal government, they could have all got together and made laws and made accountability the reason why they exist and have power. Limit the number of adjournments during a trial in such cases. Close monitoring of trials to ensure they're time-bound and encourage suo motu FIRs by police in the absence of a formal complaint. Instead, what are these political parties doing? The Chief Minister has threatened to burn Bharat, while the BJP is making the most of a very, very gory incident against a woman to bring back their own party in Bengal into the headlines. So, ladies and gentlemen, the legitimate question we are asking on the Newshour tonight, Bharat jala denge just for Modi Virod? That's the question and that's the debate coming up on the other.
You're watching the Newshour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, Rohan Gupta, national spokesperson of the BJP, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, senior fellow at the IPCS, Sanjay Jha, author, suspended Congress leader. But my first question goes to Arka Kumar Nag, lawyer, political analyst, supports the Trinamool Congress. And Arka Kumar Nag, I know the situation in Bengal as far as the Bandh is concerned. Avoidable because it doesn't bring any solution, but protest is always something, that is allowed in democracies. And it is this right to protest that Mamata Banerjee has always held close to her heart. Instead, what she's done today is threaten and say that if Bengal burns, the rest of India will burn and we will shake your chair. Is this Mamata Banerjee who's been cornered, who doesn't have a solution, who doesn't have the law and order machinery in the state under control, who's now, threatening and posing threats to the democratically elected Prime Minister?
Well, to answer to you, I would take help of a few photographs. This is a photograph of a police officer. I believe the viewers can see this. And kindly see the photographs of the police officers. This is the peaceful protest we are discussing. Please see. Bloods all over, and one of the police officers has lost vision in one of the eyes, I think the right eye, permanently. So this kind of protest is neither democratic nor this kind of protest is constitutional. This kind of protest is comes from inspiration comes from neighboring countries perhaps, but this is not what India is required to do. Please try to understand that this is not the way the Bengal looks at any protest. You can always come down on 14th of August night. The entire city was on the roads and there was a peaceful protest. There was protest which was spontaneous, and there was no incident which was to incite the protesters in any wrong manner. So this is not the protest which we are
Arka Kumar Nag, maybe your memory is failing you. There were 7,000 people who attacked those protesters. They went into the RG Medical College. They destroyed the crime scene. They created their own. There were no tear gas shells. There were no water cannons that night.
Member of parliaments of the left, they all joined. We were there on the protest in and around the High Court as well. I personally walked down that protest and there was no difficulty. That is what the peaceful protest is called for. And the way, the manner the protests are being organized, the videos coming out saying that we need dead bodies to make the protest memorable, and we need bloodshed, and BJP leaders, Mandal Sabhapatis and councillors, their videos are coming out which says that we need violence to make this protest a memorable protest, is something which is unbearable and unacceptable and unworthy of being called politicalism.
All right.
Because our political
fair enough, we'll get Rohan Gupta to respond to that, but then you will say that Assam will burn, UP will burn, Bihar will burn, Jharkhand will burn, and Delhi will be shaken up. So that is the response. Respond to violence with violence. Fantastic, very democratic and very law-abiding statement made by the Chief Minister of Bengal. But Rohan Gupta, your party is being charged with spreading arson, violence, and also hurting the policemen in Bengal. Please respond to these charges. Please respond to these charges.
By saying that the similar protest will...
Navika ji, the whole country is watching the sheer display of dictatorship from Bengal government. This is not the day one. From day one, the day this incident has come in light, the attitude of Bengal government is the same. They want to crush the voice of people. The same Indi Gadbandhan, takes the narrative of death of democracy across India. And what they are doing? They are crushing the voice of people. They want to ensure that the people behind this, the culprits, are saved. They are protecting the doctor who didn't file the FIR. The way they treated the parents of the girl, I think the whole country has seen that. They were told that their daughter is unwell. Then they were told that she has committed suicide. For 3 hours, her dead body was not given to them. Postmortem was delayed. So from day one, see, Navika ji, any part of this country, if such incident happens, you have to be passionate about it. You have to be compassionate about it. You cannot just try to crush voice of people. This is the anger of people. When the government which is responsible to take step against the culprit, जब रक्षक ही भक्षक बन जाए तो ये होना है. जनता का जो है वो आक्रोश बाहर आ रहा है. And wrongfully one of your political analysts say just 2 days after that the doctors were attacked by TMC goons. So they wanted to crush the voice of people. And today what Mamata ji did? She challenged the Prime Minister that हम भारत जला देंगे. अरे ये क्या तरीका है? और एक भी इंडी गठबंधन का नेता इसके खिलाफ.
I do not know where he is.
I don't think so. I don't. Please don't. Don't speak in between. Don't speak in between. This is not the way. I never spoke in between you. Please let me complete. The point, Navika ji, is they want to crush the voice of democracy. They want to ensure that the people of the country they don't get the truth. किसी भी प्रकार के इस मुद्दे को दबा दो. कोई भी अरेस्ट करता है उसको अरेस्ट कर लो, गोली चला दो, किसके ऊपर हमला कर दो, पर ये मुद्दा बाहर नहीं जाना चाहिए.
पर मुद्दा तो आज आपके कोर्ट में है. Where is there any finding of the CBI? Where is, it's now been, I think, more than 2 weeks that the CBI has been looking at this case. Have we moved an inch?
Absolutely.
And they have only invited Sandeep Ghosh for lunch for 11 days.
That how the crime scene has been altered, how there are incidences of act of the police, everything will come out. This is a sensitive issue, Navika ji. इसमें premature कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते. This is the country, the whole country is watching at this issue. You have to be sensitive on that. And everybody responsible behind this will be behind the bars. This is not TMC
sir, 9th of August is when this gruesome incident took place. Today we are on the 28th of August. 19 days have gone by, but we are no closer to the answers. We are no closer to the accountability. We are no closer, to at least taking this matter to a court of law and start a trial. What are we talking about 19 days later? We are still talking about point scoring between the Trinamool Congress and the BJP. The Congress, of course, is absent. The left party is absent over there because, after all, it's the India alliance. And raising and pointing fingers at a fellow alliance partner, not quite done. So sometimes they say something and then they don't say something. One tweet is all that has come from Rahul Gandhi. Dr. Sanjay Jha, doesn't pain you? The scenes that we are seeing, all these talks about protecting the constitution, democracy has to be saved. Is this display of democracy in Bengal that you are seeing today? And bullets are whizzing past. Bullets are going across. I just want to put a hand on your heart and tell me that if this had happened in a BJP-ruled state, what would you have said? Would all these political parties who are part of the India alliance not have been baying for the blood of the BJP's top bosses? I want to ask you this, Sanjay Jha.
Navika, what a tragedy that there is a woman who's gone through such a brutal, there is no other word, savagery. And here we are, several days later, witnessing a political bloodfest. Yes, Mamata Banerjee has to answer questions for the way her government handled it. But I also want to warn my friend Rohan, he was with me in the Congress, now with the BJP, that the people are watching you, BJP. People are watching Mr. Modi's government too. I think the people of India have woken up and they're alert to what's going on. You know, Navika, Rohan mentioned the word sensitive. I'm sure Rohan is gentleman enough to agree with me that Badlapur is very hypersensitive, Rohan. So was Manipur. So was the humiliation
Definitely.
given to Vinesh
that.
Fogart. And I can tell you this, that the people of India are watching you. The people are watching everything you're doing in Bengal and outside of it. How many, do your viewers know, Navika, that in India, the last data I read of 2018, we report a rape every 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes. But the BJP is not worried about that. The BJP is not worried about that. I mean, there's a bigger challenge as a political system that we have to address. 31,000 rapes in a year. And these are reported cases. I have no idea how many are not reported. But we don't talk about that, right? Ron, shouldn't you and I be talking about today that 46% of our members of parliament have a criminal record? Out of that, 31% have
Definitely,
serious
we have to
crimes. They're members of parliament.
Sanjay
And by the way,
Jha.
the serious crimes
Sanjay
include
Jha, I
murder.
tried to stop myself, but your sanctimonious lecture and hypocrisy is just getting to me tonight. Because Sanjay Jha, you and your party have made one tweet. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra or Rahul Gandhi haven't even gone to Bengal. You want to talk about everywhere in the country? Be my guest. Let's talk about every rape, because every rape is one too many in this country. But if Kolkata is spoken about, you don't want to address Kolkata at all. You don't want to talk about the 31-year-old junior doctor. You want to talk about Badlapur because it suits you politically to talk about Badlapur. You will not talk about Neha Hiramat. You will not. You will not, because it is statistics for you when it comes to a Congress-ruled state or an ally. Mollywood, the Justice Hema Committee report has been kept gathering dust for 5 years by the left government in Kerala. If you're so sensitive towards women's issues, not one statement from the Congress party, not one tweet from the Congress party. Are there not women who were suffering in Kerala as well? Is this all about politics? Nobody. Nobody. And I'm not sparing the BJP either here, Dr. Sanjay Jha. I am not sparing the BJP. They are seeing an opportunity of politics and going after it. Yes. Yes, they are. That is opportunistic, but don't give me sanctimonious arguments, because you don't care either. The Congress doesn't care either. The Trinamool Congress is threatening the rest of the country. Come on, guys. Come on. Political parties putting us to shame. We can't fight for justice to a 31-year-old. The parents waiting to get answers after 19 days, and here we are scoring brownie points. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, is this how we let down the women of our country?
Well, nobody cares about the women of the country, because let's face it, all the policy prescriptions so far for ending rape have been nothing short of a farce. If you remember, when the Nirbhaya rape happened, there were a whole bunch of laws. Shutting down bars at 12 o'clock. You tell me, how does shutting down a bar at 12 o'clock prevent rape? But that was what was done. Okay. Buses and cars cannot have the sun protection lining on their windows. How does that solve rape? You know, there are and then the worst kind of answer to the increases in rape is this death penalty nonsense. 4 out of the 5 rapists in the Nirbhaya case were hanged. Did that prevent this case from happening? No. Now, what is the latest white elephant being rolled out? Death penalty within 10 days. If death penalty hasn't deterred you, how is the death penalty within 10 days going to deter you? This is the level of conversation on low level, basic level. This is the kind of conversation on women's safety that even a corporation school fail will have a better IQ and understanding of this situation. What is your fundamental problem out here? Socialization is a long-term problem which has to be solved over generations. The primary problem is one of policing. You have not done police reforms. You don't even want to do basic things like put body cams on cops. You don't want to separate investigation from enforcement. You don't want to keep investigation separate from political interference. So argument badega kaise? Everybody is giving their old tired thing because everybody is mixed up in this. They all want to retain political control over the police. So till then, let's not pretend that there's any solutions for this. But let's come to Bengal specifically. You remember, Navika, on this program, since we're talking about everything else, I oppose the Shaheen Bagh protests. I oppose the landlord protests, which are euphemistically called the farmer protests, so-called farmer protests. I also oppose this protest right now because it is disruptive. Protests do not have a right to come out and disrupt the streets. That said, that first night when the protests were happening, they were completely peaceful. They were not disruptive. They were not coming out on the roads. They were sitting at RG car and holding their own quiet protest. Why did 7,000 thugs come and beat them up left, right, and center? What was wrong with that kind of a protest? They've arrested 40 people. They keep telling you that BJP was responsible for it, CPIM was responsible for it. Have you seen any of the faces and names and party affiliations of anyone so far? 7,000 people assemble. This is such a shame. The real person, we are going on condemning the Sandeep Ghosh of RG Kar. The real people who should be sacked right now are the heads of police of Kolkata and the West Bengal police. Because clearly they don't know how to solve a rape problem. They don't even have policy solutions for rape. Clearly UPSC pass, learn by rote, single exam wonders. And then you have these same fellows, even though they're trained to do a job, learn by rote how to crowd control, wo bhi kar nahi sakte.
Absolutely. And the basic sanctity of the crime scene should not be disturbed. If that is not followed and videos come out, what are we talking about? Is anybody in this country talking about fast-track courts only for abuse of women, rapes of women, and women-related crimes? No, nobody's talking about that. Why can't we have courts specialized for this? Why can't we speak about laws that make day-to-day hearing, absolutely the rule in which these cases are settled? Why don't we have laws that actually scare people off, prevent rapes from taking place? We won't do that. But what are we doing? We are doing bandhs. And in the bandhs, there is the BJP, and then there is the Mamata Banerjee government, who says, you burn anything in Kolkata and I will burn the rest of the country. Are we watching a competition between the two political parties and a silent observer status to the rest of the alliance partners of the Mamata Banerjee Sarkar? And in the middle of this, what happens to our Dr. Bitya? What happens to our Dr. Beti? Has she just been snuffed out so that politics can rage? Does anybody owe anything to that lady, that daughter of old parents who's lost her life and is nowhere near getting justice? Where are our conscience tonight, collective conscience of this nation? If this doesn't wake us up, nothing will. And night after night, for 19 nights, we have been discussing, debating, trying to find solutions. But what are we getting? What are we getting in return? Dhamkis of burning the rest of the country and political point scoring in the name of justice? Is that what we've become as a nation? I shudder to think. And I hope some action is taken. If it's a president's rule, Rohan Gupta, that you need and want, please do it. Please put people out of their misery between political point scoring and non-governance in Bengal. Rest of the country, Sanjay Jha, I pray to God, every woman stays safe, and where they don't, let's all get to the streets. I don't care which party rules which state, but let's do it for every single case and not just pick up random cases from random states based on our political affiliations. Thank you very much to all my panelists joining me on debate number 1.